What's good, Washington fans? So the Washington football team has released the unofficial depth chart. This is the first one, so don't get too hyped up about it. I know last year, J.D. McKissick was the starting first string running back, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, J.D. McKissick's starting at running back. What's going on with Antonio Gibson?" So don't get too hyped up in it. But before we do get into the depth chart, I just want to give a shout out to my son. He turned 2 on Thursday. We had a party. We had a pool party for him on Sunday, so that's why I didn't make a video yesterday. He had a great time. He was lit, man. He's 2. He's getting big. Shout out to Key himself, who sent him a gift. He sent the gift in June when my birthday was, thinking that my birthday was in August and then my son's birthday was in June, but it's all good. Shout out to Key himself. That's my guy. But yeah, he's getting taller, man. He's big, man. He's got a jumper too. I already got him on the Fisher Price shooting. He's got a good form. He's got that Bradley Bill form. It's very textbook. He has textbook form already. He's got a good shot too. You know, he's got to start using his legs more, but he's gonna be a baller. I already know what it is. So yeah, let's get into the depth chart here. I'll talk about some things that stood out to me already, or I'll just read it off real quick. Wide receiver Terry McLaurin is already starting. Behind him is De'Ami Brown. Third string is Isaiah Wright. Fourth string is Calvin Harmon. So Terry McLaurin starting on the outside, and then they got Adam Humphrey starting at slot. And they got Curtis Samuel starting on the other outside spot. So those are our 3 starting wide receivers. And I think that's realistic. I think that's how it's going to be. That's how I had it as well. So the people who thought Adam Humphries was going to get cut, he's not getting cut. Him and Fitz have really good chemistry. They've been balling all camp. It's been a slot party all camp. So Adam Humphries is making this roster. It's not really a debate at all. Curtis Samuel, I mean, he was a slot receiver for the Panthers, but he's going to be used on the outside in a lot of different places. Now, De'Ami Brown, I didn't expect him to start, but he's been playing so well at the point where it's like, okay, he might start. But we got to see some preseason games. Maybe he might have a Terry McLaurin preseason where he just doesn't play at all, where they want to save him as like a secret weapon. But I want to see him play at least 1 or 2 games. Don't want to see him get hurt or anything like that, knock on wood. But I think there's going to be a point in time during the season where De'Ami Brown definitely will start. This 17-game season, I'm expecting him to start at least 4 or 5 games. That's what I'm predicting for De'Ami Brown. By the end of the season, third string, Isaiah Wright. I guess what stands out a little bit is Calvin Harmon being 4th string. So it's kind of telling a little bit that he might not make probably won't make the roster. I think that's unfortunate. I think he should make it, but it's all good. AGG is, so behind Curtis is Cam Sims, and then third string is Antonio Gandy Golden for the outside spot, and then after that is Tony Brown. Tony Brown's not going to make the roster. But after Adam Humphries, second string slot is Steven Sims, and then third string is DeAndre Carter. Dax Milne is 4th string for the slot receiver position. So Dax Milne is probably going to be on the practice squad, which is fine for a rookie, a 7th-round rookie. And DeAndre Carter is 3rd string, but Steven Sims is 2nd string. That's interesting. Will he make the roster? I don't think he'll make the roster, but he's been balling in camp. Like I said, I'm not going to take too much stock into this depth chart, but Cam Sims being 2nd string, he's going to make the roster. So I already said Cam Sims, Curtis Samuel, Adam Humphries, Terry McLaurin. Those are the 4 locks on the roster. And then after that, I think AGG is going to make it because of him being the 4th-round pick. And he has been playing well, so I'm giving him some credit as well. De'Ami Brown, of course, so that's 5. And then 6, so hold on, AGG, so Cam Sims 1, Curtis 2, Adam 3, Terry 4, De'Ami 5, and then AGG would probably be 6. And I actually think they're gonna keep 7 because DeAndre Carter is the 1st string punt returner, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's 1st string punt returner. So that stands out. That's very telling, in my opinion. I'm not gonna put too much stock in the depth chart, but then again, that's very telling that they want him to be the punt returner. They're fed up with Steven Sims. They're fed up with Isaiah Wright. Steve Sims is the backup punt returner. Isaiah Wright is the 3rd string punt returner. So preseason will be telling. You know, if DeAndre Carter goes out there in the game on Thursday or the game against the Ravens or the Bungles, whoever we play in the preseason. Yeah, we play the Ravens and the Bengals. If DeAndre Carter goes out there and muffs a punt, then that gives Steve Sims a lot of room to make this roster because, like, okay, yeah, we can't trust you either. Who can we really trust at the punt return spot? And Steve Sims goes out there and catches a touchdown in preseason and can field a punt, then Steve Sims can fight his way back onto this roster. Isaiah Wright will be on the practice squad if he even makes if they keep him on the team in some way, some type of capacity. I got him being on the practice squad. Kick returner is Danny Johnson. That's very interesting too. Danny Johnson was our best punt fielder or punt catcher last year. He seriously was. I was just like, yeah, just put him back there because at least he catches the punt, honestly. Steve Sims Jr., second string kick returner, and Isaiah Wright, third string kick returner. Of course, Tress Way at the punter. The kicker is Dustin Hopkins. Tress Way is the punter, and Cameron Cheeseman, long snapper. So let's get into some other interesting positions here. Let's talk about the offensive line here. So the starting offensive line, of course, let's get to tight end. Let's get to tight end. So Logan Thomas, starting tight end. That's an easy one. Tamarick Hemingway is your backup tight end. So that is very interesting. Him and John Bates is your third string tight end. So I think they're only going to keep 3 tight ends. And those are going to be your 3 tight ends. I'm hearing Tamarick Hemingway was tearing it up in camp. He's been a standout. He's been turning heads. He's been good at catching the football. He's been a good blocker. Remember, he got in a fight with Montez Sweat and Chase Young. He's been standing up, playing hard. He's playing well, man. He had a good catch last year. He only had 1 catch last year, but it was a good catch. I mean, it was refreshing after, seeing some of the tight ends from last year. Thank goodness the one guy is gone and he's on the Cowboys, so he can stink it up on that team. But the tight end number 2 and 3, they were bad. We just didn't get production. We didn't get. If your name wasn't Logan Thomas, we didn't get production from the tight end spot. So Tamarick Hemingway will be number 2. I think he's going to make the roster. John Bates is number 3, our 4th round draft pick. He's definitely going to make the roster. And then Samus Reyes is the 4th string tight end. 5th string is Ricky Seals-Jones. And then 6th is Nick Gugamos, who we just signed last week. I do like Ricky Seals-Jones. I think he's talented. He used to be a wide receiver. I like him a lot. He's had a good camp too. So yeah, your 3 guys is Logan Thomas, Tamarick Hemingway, and Tamarick Hemingway is kind of a surprise a little bit. And John Bates. So they'll be your 3 tight ends. Let's get to the offensive line real quick here. Charles Lano at left tackle. We already knew that. Wes Schweitzer at left guard instead of Eric Flowers. Chase Rouillet, of course. Brandon Sheriff at right guard. Chase Rouillet at center. And then right tackle is Sam Cosmi. So that's interesting right there. Cornelius Lucas is your backup left tackle. Just him having COVID definitely hurt him with the battle. I mean, he still has some preseason games to play to see if he can beat out Sam Cosmi for that right tackle spot. We'll see. But Sam Cosmi's been improving and getting better. I already talked about that earlier in today's training camp video. Him versus Montez Sweat and Chase Young, he's just been getting better. And that's the best practice you can get going up against those guys. Eric Flowers, your backup left guard. That's one of the bigger position battles on the offensive line as well. Eric Flowers was really good for us 2 years ago. Wes Schweitzer was really good for us last year. So whoever wins the battle, I think we're going to make out pretty good at the left guard spot. Tyler Larson is the backup center. Keith Ishmael is your 3rd string center, and Wes Martin is your 3rd string left guard. Sadiq Charles is your backup right guard, and Sadiq Charles is also your backup right tackle. So he's very versatile, has a lot of precision flex, as Ron Rivera loves to say. 3rd string right guard is Boo Ben Schwill, probably butchering his name. And then right tackle, the 3rd string guy is David Sharp, who we picked up from the Oakland Raiders last year. All right, quarterback, that's easy. I mean, right now, Ryan Fitzpatrick, number 1. Taylor Heineke, my guy Heineke. Quarterback number 2, Kyle Allen. Quarterback number 3, can he get on the field? We'll see. He had some good games last year. I can't hate on Kyle Allen. He was solid. He had a bad turnover against the Giants, but he made a big pass against the Giants too, and he skunked the Cowboys. But in my eyes, I think Kyle Allen is about right. I think he's a 3rd string quarterback in the NFL. Steven Montez, he's a guy that might, honestly, he's playing so bad right now in practice, but this is his 2nd year. He was undrafted, didn't have a minicamp, didn't have OTAs, like stuff like that last year. Barely didn't play a snap last year. So it's growing pains with him. We'll see. Let's move on to the running back, because quarterback is a little cut and dry right now because Fitzpatrick is winning the battle. But Heineke, we'll see, man. He plays better off script. I do want to see Heineke in preseason because he plays better when plays break down. Kind of like when you're in structure, sometimes guys are really good in practice and really bad in games. Some guys are really kind of lackadaisical in practice and are better in the games. And I think Heineke, he's one of those guys where it's like off script. You got to be in a game. There's got to be 3 people trying to sack him, ducks his head under, and then he makes a play. That's the kind of guy that Heineke is. He's an improviser. Now, he has gotten hurt in almost every start and has some really bad starts with Carolina, but I think he has potential here. He has weapons around him, so we'll see how the guy does. I'm rooting for him. Running back is pretty easy at the moment too. Antonio Gibson, running back number 1. J.D. McKissick, running back number 2. Peyton Barber, running back number 3. Lamar Miller, 4th string. Jonathan Williams, 5th string. And then Jared Patterson is 6th string. So it's a little weird for the Jared Patterson fans. I'm a Jared Patterson fan too. To see him behind Lamar Miller and Jonathan Williams and Peyton Barber is interesting, but I've heard he's had a really good camp. So I like I said, I wouldn't take too much stock in this. We'll see. I think Jared Patterson definitely will end up on a practice squad. And if he balls out in preseason, which I think he can definitely do, what was that running back's name? Was his name Miles Mack or Robert Mack or Pack or something like that? He just went crazy in preseason. I think Jared Patterson is definitely capable of doing that. All right, let's move over to the defensive side here. Chase Young, of course. Deron Payne, a defensive tackle. Jonathan Allen, defensive tackle. This is your front 4 here. And Montez Sweat on the other side of the defensive end. Now, the interesting thing here is, we'll get to the easy part too. Tim Settle behind Deron Payne. Matt Ioannidis behind John Allen. 3rd string is David Bada. 3rd string behind Tim Settle is Devereaux Lawrence, the guy who got hyped in the video. Chase Young made fun of him a little bit. And then 4th after that is Gabe Wright. Now, the backup defensive end spot has been a battle as well because, Ryan Kerrigan went to the Eagles, did his thing or whatever, and we've had to replace that defensive end spot, the backup defensive end, because all these guys are young, all these guys are in their 2nd year. We just drafted William Bradley King. We just drafted Shaka Toney. Both those guys are 3rd string. Your 2nd string guys are James Smith-Williams behind Chase Young, and then the other 2nd string defensive end is Casey Toohill, who got some playing time last year too. So we're hoping these guys can improve and come in and make some impact. And there's not just a gigantic drop-off from Chase Young and Montez Sweat, even though we already know it is talent-wise, but we're hoping these guys can come in and produce and give Chase Young a little break, give Montez a little break here and there. So Shaka Toney's 3rd string, William Bradley King's 3rd string as well. And then 4th is Daniel Wise and Boomy Rotimi. And then on the other side is Justice Reed. So James Smith-Williams had a good camp. 2nd string, Casey Toohill's had a good camp. All these guys have played. William Bradley King, I've heard some good things about him. And I heard good things about Shaka Toney as well. Starting middle linebacker, Jamin Davis. Jamin Davis is starting middle linebacker. So that's big news right there. We'll see, man. We'll see how he does in this preseason game. I got high hopes for him. A lot of people say he's going to be the defensive rookie of the year. He can definitely do it. I mean, he's a tackle machine. He's fast, strong, has that elite speed, 4.4 40-yard dash, 40 vertical jump. I mean, the guy has the physical tools, man. He's smart. He's a smart guy too. So really good in coverage too. So we'll see what Jamin Davis can do starting at middle linebacker. Behind him is Khalik Hudson, and David Mayo is 3rd string. The guy that we picked up from the Giants is the 3rd string middle linebacker. Outside linebacker is John Bostic, so he's still starting. Justin Phillips is 2nd string, and then Jordan Kusnius, I'm probably butchering his name as well. He's 3rd string. Cole Holcomb's had a strong camp. He's played really, really well. He's gotten better each year. He's starting outside linebacker. So your 3 starting linebackers are Jamin Davis, John Bostic, and Cole Holcomb. Behind Cole Holcomb is Jared Norris. We picked him up from the Niners as a free agent. And then Joe Walker, another free agent signing. He is 3rd string. So those are your linebackers, guys. Jamin Davis, Cole Holcomb, and John Bostic. So middle linebackers, Jamin Davis. This is very important news. Cornerback depth has been a strong competition at cornerback. Kendall Fuller is starting, and William Jackson is starting. So those are your 2 outside guys. Ben St. Juste is right behind Kendall Fuller, and Jimmy Moreland is right behind William Jackson III. Behind Ben St. Juste is Danny Johnson, 3rd string. Troy Apke is 3rd string. 4th string is Daryl Roberts, and 4th string behind William Jackson is Torrey McTyer, who's had a heck of a camp, who's played really, 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 really well lately. Chris Miller's 5th string, Greg Stroman's 5th string, Jordan Brown 6th string, and Lyndon Stevens is 6th string. So Danny Johnson, I think he's going to make the roster because he can return punts, return kicks. He had an interception today as well. Troy Apke had an interception today too as well. I think it was on Steven Montez. Made a good play. So Troy Apke, he might make this roster, man. He really might. He's really good at special teams. That's the thing that's going to make him stand out. Nate Katzer loves him some Troy Apke because he's really good as a gunner. So I think Troy Apke's going to make the roster. I really do. Jimmy Moreland, I got him making a roster too. Ben St. Juste has had a heck of a camp. He's been a really good 3rd-round gem so far. I'm interested to see him in preseason as well. But, of course, as we all talked about, we want to see Will Jackson on the outside, Kendall Fuller on the outside. I mean, in the inside at slot, and Ben St. Juste on the outside. So this is just a regular formation. They didn't do like a nickel or a dime package here. They just listed the 2 outside corners basically in our 4-3 defense set. Your two starting safeties is Landon Collins and Cameron Curl. Strong safeties Landon, and free safeties Cameron Curl. You got to get your best players on the field. And Cameron Curl and Landon Collins are your two best safeties on the roster. So you got to put those guys out there. You got to get Cameron Curl on the field. You cannot have him sit on the bench for Landon Collins. So Landon Collins has had a strong camp. He played his butt off so far. Hopefully it translates to the field. We have seen guys have good training camps, but not the seasons where it added up to what the hype was in the training camp. But I think Landon Collins is coming back. He's going to play well. He looks healthy. He said he feels even faster than what he was before. So, and he's getting more comfortable with his defense too. So he looked really good in that Cowboys game where he sacked Andy Dalton. And I think he's super good this year. I'm excited to see what Landon Collins can do. I hope he stays healthy. DeSazier Everett is second string strong safety behind Landon Collins. Bobby McCain is listed as a free safety and not a cornerback. He was listed as a DB before because he has position flex. He can play corner and free safety. He was really good as a slot corner with the Dolphins. He's the second string free safety behind Cameron Curl. Third string is Jeremy Reeves. Third string strong safety is Derek Forrest, the rookie. And then Cole Luke is the fourth string strong safety. So those are that is the unofficial depth chart right there. That's the first one. So you guys let me know what you think stood out. McLaurin, Samuel Humphreys, starting wide receivers. That was pretty obvious to me. Landon Collins and Cameron Curl starting strong, both safeties. Cameron Curl will be free safety. So that's pretty cool to see. You get the best players out there at the same time. Hemingway being tight end number 2 and Sam Cosmi starting at right tackle was pretty interesting. And the punt returning thing, DeAndre Carter, man, he's a guy that has a strong possibility of making this roster right now. He really does. He has a strong possibility of making this roster. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Hail to the football team. Peace.